Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So for today's tutorial, we're gonna be doing this makeup look right here. I've been obsessed with this dark lip. I've been wearing it like all the time on Snapchat, on Instagram, everywhere. And I wanted to do a look based around it. Also, a lot of you guys have been asking me for this Rihanna makeup look that's so similar. And I've actually done a lot of makeup looks that look just like this eye. It's kind of like my go-to eye. So I wanted to change it up a little bit and use a little bit more of like grayish cool tones, still keeping slight warmth in the crease. So if you guys are interested in my take on this look, then keep watching. My eyebrows are kind of intense today, but I'm gonna do an intense makeup, so that's why they look crazy right now, because I don't have any other makeup on. Just wanted to put that out there before you guys are like, what the f is happening to your eyebrows? So the first thing I'm gonna do is put my foundation on. I'm using the MAC Face and Body Foundation in the shade C5 today. I kind of want it to be full coverage, so I'm gonna build it up. This foundation is great. A lot of people use it on photo shoots because it's waterproof. You can make it light coverage or heavy coverage. So I'm gonna start building it up. And I'm using this because I do want my skin to be really glowy today, especially because I am sick, so I need a little bit of healthy glow. I feel like if I use a matte foundation, I'll look like really dry and tired. I'm just applying it with a beauty blender and I'm gonna be layering it up. All right, so now you guys can see that it gave me more of like a dewy finish. Now I'm gonna go in with my concealer before I use any powders. This is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I've been using this lately. This one is in the shade Neutralizer. I think that this concealer is actually getting a little too light for me now that I've gotten more tan. So I may have to pick up another color. I'm also gonna highlight with this. So I'm gonna put it like at the tip of my nose, right here in the center of my forehead, and then on my chin. I'm using my Real Techniques brush and I'm just gonna pat that in. It has a little bit of that foundation on it, so it's gonna kind of blend it in a little bit better, darken it up a little bit. But I do really want a strong highlight because this look is kind of intense altogether. I'm going in with my beauty blender actually. When you use a beauty blender, it'll pick up all the excess products so you don't just have globs of product left over on the skin. Okay, so to set the under eye, I am going to use my Laura Mercier translucent powder and I'm gonna bake today. Basically what that is you take a loose powder and I just am going to dip my beauty blender in it and you're gonna just pack the powder under the eyes. What that's gonna do is really set the concealer and it's also going to brighten the under eye. It's gonna make it not crease as quickly. So I'm just taking a little bit of this and setting it here. I also like to set it along the sides of my nose because there's a shadow there that makes my nose look like wider. And when you put light there, it'll take away that shadow. Okay, so since I used such a lightweight, dewy foundation, I wanna set it with something a little bit full coverage. This is the MAC Studio Fix foundation in NC43, and it's pretty tan also, so I'm gonna swirl a fluffy brush in it and just kind of set the whole face with this. It's gonna give us a little bit more coverage and make our face a tiny bit more matte, but not too matte. All right, so after you set the whole face, then you can just go ahead and wipe away the under eye powder. I'm using an e.l.f. blush brush to do this. Next, I'm gonna go in with my bronzer. This is my MAC Give Me Sun, and I'm just gonna use this as kind of like an all-over face warmer, even though I'm already pretty tan. This is gonna be a transition shade for our contour. So I'm just gonna kind of go in and lightly place this where I'm going to place my contour, but just slightly above it. So I'm gonna use a new contour kit today. This is the My Sculpted Face by IT Cosmetics. I just got this over the week of Gen Beauty, so I really wanted to try it out. I'm gonna use my Zoeva. This is the Luxe Highlight brush, just has like a pointed tip. I'm gonna take a little bit of my Studio Fix powder, just the same powder I used to set my face, and contour my nose slightly. And then right down the bridge of my nose, I'm gonna highlight. And the highlight color in that palette is a little bit really like white. So I'm just gonna use the Banana from ANASTASIA Beverly Hills with the same brush and just kind of go down the center. So by adding the light down the bridge, it's gonna also give the illusion of like perfectly straight surface, and it's gonna highlight just like where you want the nose to be. So for the highlight, I'm really excited because I'm using the new highlighter from ANASTASIA Beverly Hills. This is called So Hollywood. It's just like beaming out of the palette already, so I'm pretty excited about this. I'm gonna apply it using the Sigma Soft Blend Concealer Brush. Oh my God. I've arrived. All right, I'm also gonna take a little bit of that highlighter right on the tip of my nose and the bridge slightly just at the top here, and then the Cupid's bow. For my blush, I am using MAC's Ambering Rose. I'm just gonna use that same e.l.f. blush brush to apply that. And then to kind of just set everything, since we did apply a lot of product, I'm using my MAC Fix Plus. I'm just gonna spray that, especially on the highlights of my face. If you tend to get really oily, you don't wanna spray this all over, just spray it on the sides. And you just wanna let that dry. It's gonna kind of make the highlight look less powdery and more dewy when you do that. So now moving on to the eyes, I wanna clean up my brows a little bit just because they're a little bit of stray hairs. So I'm using some concealer and a small concealer brush, and I'm just going to kind of carve out the lower part of the brow first. I'm gonna take a Morphe E14 and just blend that down so that you don't just have like this white line across your brow. And then for my eyeshadow base, of course, I'm using MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, and I'm using that same Morphe brush, and I'm just gonna apply that to the lid and blend it out. And of course, after you apply a cream base, it's always good to set it with an eyeshadow or even the translucent powder that we have here, the Laura Mercier powder that I used under my eyes. I could even use that, which is what I'm gonna use right now. Just something powder so that when we put the powder eyeshadows on top, it glides a lot easier and it won't get stuck to any creamy patchy parts. So I'm going into my Meet Matte Nude by theBalm Cosmetics, and I'm picking up Matte Rosin onto my MAC 217 brush, and I'm gonna apply this into the upper crease area. And also like an outer V type shape. Just kind of wing it out. So next I'm going in with Anastasia Beverly Hills Dusty Rose and a MAC 213, and I'm going to pinpoint this into the crease more. So this is gonna give us just like a slight purple undertone, like a gray purple, which is what we want. Just blend it out. It's okay if it gets in the lid too, it's not that big of a deal. Just gonna blend it all together. All right, now I'm gonna really deepen that up using the matte wood mixed with matte Garcia here, which is more of a reddy brown, and this is more of a gray brown. I'm just gonna mix the two on the same brush and really deepen up the crease. So I'm using actually more of the matte wood because it has more of like a cool undertone, and I wanna keep the crease a little bit cool in the darker colors. Okay, so for the lid, I'm gonna use this ColourPop eyeshadow. It's from their new collection. This is called Gecko. It's kind of like a light gray with flecks of purple. I don't know, you'll see. So I'm just gonna apply this to the lid with a concealer brush. Just kind of looks pretty light, but I'm gonna put a highlight over it. I'm gonna use this to just also clean up the crease right here, just to sharpen it up. And then on top of that, I'm applying the Makeup Forever highlight. I've been using this on the lid lately and I love it. It's the number 1, which is the more pinky undertone. And this is gonna give it more of a sparkle. I love this highlight. I'm not gonna bring this up all the way to the top though, because I don't want it to get into my crease color. So I'm keeping it low. And I'm also gonna bring that into the inner corner of the eye. So I'm gonna try to do my eyeliner like Nikki Tutorials does. I don't know how she does it with this eyeliner, but I'm gonna try. This is the Trooper Kat Von D liner pencil, so I'm gonna try this method. Hopefully I don't mess up everything right now. First, I think she just creates the wing with this. All right. And then she uses the NYC liquid liner to fill it in. So I'm gonna copy you, Nikki, because your eyeliner looks fierce. That's actually a very smart technique. It's like a really fast way to make a wing. I don't know how that happened so quickly. All right, so my wing got a little higher than anticipated, but it's okay. It's basically at my eyebrow. You guys don't have to make your wing this thick, but you know, it's just one of them days. I'm applying some quick mascara because I'm gonna just pop on my falsies. All right, so now I'm popping on some Iconics by House of Lashes. So now that I'm done with the lashes, I'm just gonna do my lower lash line, and I'm gonna go in with the same colors I used in the crease with this palette and a little bit of matte hung because it's slightly purple, and I'm just gonna apply this to the outer part of the lower lash line. And I'm using an angled brush. This is from Morphe, just so that I could get a precise line. I'm just going right under the waterline and tapping that in. I'm just taking a blending brush and kind of running it along the lower lash line to soften that up. And then in the waterline, I'm using the NARS eye pencil. This is in Rue Bonaparte. It's like a flesh-toned eyeliner. And this is just gonna open up the eyes, give you more of like a doll eye appearance. And then once I've applied that, I'm just gonna apply a little bit of mascara to my bottom lashes. Now for the lips, I'm going to do a very bold lip, a really dark lip. One of my favorite dark lipsticks at the moment that I've kind of been wearing every time I go out. I'm just in love with it. It is the Hot Makeup liquid lipstick. This is in Midnight. And I'm first gonna apply the NARS Nightmoth lip liner with it. It's like a dark lip liner. So first line your lips, just makes it a lot easier. Now that I've lined my lips and look crazy, I'm gonna apply the liquid lipstick. Alright guys, so that is it. That's the last step of the tutorial. I really hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. Also, if you guys aren't following me on Snapchat, make sure you do, because I pretty much tell you a lot of things that I don't get to tell you here on YouTube, products I'm loving, stuff like that. So if you're interested, I'll put it in the description box down below. If you have any questions or video requests, also leave them down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial. Bye. Hey guys, welcome back to my... Why is there sirens like every 2 seconds?
Desi's filming, shut up.
Shut up. No. Thank you for being a friend. Are you Snapchatting me right now? Like, I don't know what I like. I don't know what's happening.